Picking their way through the dried-out and snow-flocked trees on the coast outside of Ostracan, Calard of Garamont slides down a rough hill, landing on the beach alongside Mertian and a band of his men. The bitter breeze of the ocean bites at Callard's face, the frost stinging in the refreshing way that the night air seldom does. Longboats, campfires, the roaring sound of bandits celebrating their latest plunder echoes off of the walls of the sheer cliff to Callard's immediate right. A bandit hideout of sea raiders. Just the right chance for Calard to redeem himself in the eyes of himself. Patrick, Mertian, it's important right now to make a lot of noise. I'm not scared, I'm just excited because we're finally going to get even with these sea raiders. So let's go about this cleverly. Let's be smart. Let's not rush into this. Okay, so everyone will now fire at will and follow me, Calard of Garamont, the most courageous knight of Vlandia. Here we are going through a sea raider bandit hideout. Now these things are pretty dangerous. There's a reason why I chose this one, and we'll find out at the end of this little foray. But we do have about 11 of them. We do have some archers with us, so this will be good. Oh, already doing some good damage. I think we only have a couple more. Only 2. Well, Calard of Garamont knew that going into this whole scenario. Alright. We're already getting some shots in. Ooh! Just careful with that in the chest there. Making our way through this. The best way to do bandit hideouts, in my opinion, the best way to approach here, is you want to put your guys on fire at will, and you want to have them just follow you. If you have them charge, it can get pretty messy. And charging will, more often than not, they'll pull up their very first item and charge into battle. If you use advance, they'll use the item they're best at. Okay, let's see what we can do. And okay, you cut it for me. Okay, try to play a little catch it with the board. Okay, right into the camera. And whew, Aris, that was brutal. Alright, look at this guy coming at me all hot and bothered. Let's see what he wants with old Calard of Garamont here, huh? Alright. You've cut quite a swath through me men here, damn you. How about we settle this one-on-one? I don't know why he sounds just like Mertian, but it's the voice I went with at the spur of the moment. And you know, as a Knight of Bretonnia, we'll take this duel very well. Oh, you're right at it. Okay, well. Come at me again, haha! Take that, Sea Raider boss! Another thing you can do, just as a kind of nice little aside here, you can still kill these guys if you have a throwing weapon or a ranged weapon. The benefit of it is it's just additional skill points, but it's just something I wanted to tell you guys real quick. But looks like Calard of Garamont has earned his self-respect back and won a little battle here against some Sea Raiders. Now, why did I choose to do this? Well, I will show you. Let's jump into the post-battle report here. Look at all of these troops. I knew going into it that this was going to be the advantage of doing this, and it was quite plentiful. Now, I did do a little bit of playing in between here and then, and I'll talk about that in just a second and what's gone on, because there was a lot of stuff that just wasn't happening that I wanted to have happen. So let's take in the best of this lot: the sharpshooter, the hardened crossbowman, the gallant for sure, the infantryman, because the infantryman will progress down into a swordsman and sergeant eventually, and we have tons of them. The Volgier is a spicy topic here because I want to take the Volgier, but there's only one of them. So I'm going to be sacrificing another unit to take him in, and chances are he might actually get killed pretty quickly. So let me see if there's anything worth sacrificing. I think we can probably, we'll take him. I kind of like having this little reserve column of Battanians, and I don't know why, but it just kind of speaks to me here. We got 5 units we need to get rid of. We can get rid of this Vlandian Levy crossbowman. He's only level whatever. We have a lot of really nice high level archers. You can try and stack your top level archers at the top of your list, and it won't really work. I kind of do it because it's habit. It worked in Warband, but I've seen it not work, and then I've seen it work. So I really couldn't tell you an honest opinion of whether or not it really does work or doesn't. I think it really does, so that's why I keep doing it. So we'll see how it plays out in further installments here. We still need to get rid of 4 more guys. We got a lot more squires. That's a future extremely strong cavalry we're building up here. I think the pickled warriors, they go to the Oathsworn. The Oathsworn are very strong, in my opinion. I really like the Oathsworn. They're probably one of the better units in the Battanian recruit line. Wildlings included as well. I think Wildlings and Oathsworn mixed in with Fiends is a very strong Battanian army if you're trying to build a Battanian playthrough. And the Highborn Warrior, I mean, this is a Fiend. So it's like, I don't want to get rid of him. So I think what we'll do is a couple saplings here. Although saplings do progress to arboreals, which are really, really, really solid archers. We'll do 1, 2, 3 to make an even 10. And you know what? I'll get rid of just one of these to make it an even 8. Call it anal attentive, call it whatever you want, but Calard of Garamont loves even numbers. Not to mention the 8-sided Star of Chaos. Wait, what? No, Calard wouldn't be about that. So, we get all these good little recruits here. We're going to sacrifice some, but I'll take it for what we gained at the same time. And it looks like we got a little bit of resources as well. So Calard will now retire to a tavern after re-earning his name as not a fearful individual of the Sea Raiders. After the events of the Sea Raider camp, Calard found himself back in the tavern of Ostracan. Warm torches licking the air as the patrons laughed and scolded each other. Callard's head pounded from the drink. The pulsing of the torchlight throbbed with each thud from his brain. He found himself staring at 2 gentlemen in the upstairs portions of the tavern, their conversation completely lost to him as he focused on his knightly virtues to prevent his chivalrous upheaval. Go! Mertian's somewhere around here. Absolutely asleep. Probably in that room, farting. I can hear you, Mertian. I can smell you, Mertian. All right, in here. Oh! I see you already in my room. And oh! A seed! Oh, where did you say you were from again? You said you were from that place, the Wastes? I don't think I know you. Peace to you, stranger. My name is Calard, sir. Tell me about yourself. Since you ask who I am, stranger, I will tell you. The Searing Gravel Plan knows me as to the rippling sands in the settled canyon. The hidden springs whisper to me, come hither and drink, and the high outcrop unveils to me the horizons. The viper does not trouble me, nor does the scorpion. I have faced the scouring sandstorm, the rushing flood, the killing heat of noontime, and they have all said to me, pass safely, brother. I am Air, character name is Rating. Variable has not been set before. Prince of the Wastelands, Lord of Solitude, Master of Emptiness. If you wish to know my other names, you may ask my kinsman, the leopard, the hyena, and the gazelle. Master of, it's fine. No need to bother the hyenas. I don't like dogs that bark and laugh. Oof. So what can you do? I roam the desert. I learn its secrets, ways, its gifts, as a lover learns the secrets and gifts of his beloved. But though the desert is bountiful, horses and steel must be bought with silver, so I must sell my services from time to time. Right now I'm between jobs, so if you've got any work for me, I'm willing to discuss it. I can... Yeah, you're not going to bring a hyenas with you, are you? But okay, that aside, I could use someone like you in my company. Very well, I'm going to need about 1740. To settle up some debts, though. Can you pay? Right. 1740, 17... yeah, here you are. Sure, I can't... yeah, yes, here. Very well, I'll get my gear and join you outside. Oh, it would appear that Calard of Garamont has gained another follower for his clan, Hasid of the Wastes. Let's jump into the party management, the clan management, and see where Calard is in his career across Vlandia. So here we are, just to kind of recap everything here. We had 2 episodes. We were really kind of struggling to get some war started, and I wanted to kind of speed things up and not have you sit through a potential third episode of that happening. So what's happened is that we are now freshly at war with Sturgia once again. This is going to be a little one-sided, but I think it'll be fun nonetheless to kind of get involved in some Sturgian combat. I think it's going to be really fun to play against them. So we'll be marching across from Ostikin down over here to Revel, Balgard, so on and so forth. And there's plenty of places to take, so it'll be a lot of fun to have a lot of really cool siege battles, and hopefully in the coming episodes, if not here today. Now, as far as the party goes, we have added Hasid of the Wastes here, and Hasid is a master of scouting. Now, we already have a little bit of a scout. I just wanted to get the best scout in the party, and I kind of wanted to have another bow character. This way, it would make me doing any kind of bandit hideouts a little bit more fun and compelling, and not me kind of relegated to hopefully getting through it without just taking too much damage. And a lot of athletics and two-handed skill. It's very similar to Adelise the Black, and I think it'll be just a fun kind of addition to the party. So we will make him our new scout master, or the scout. Now, we've also gone about doing just some looters battles, and basically I just went from Varcheg over here to Ostikin, fought some looter battles, and was able to get a lot of really good levels here. So we no longer have any footmen. They've all progressed up to infantry. These spearmen will make into Volgiers, and these infantry will make into sergeants. Our saplings, we're waiting for all of them to get leveled up, and we'll push them into arboreals. That'll make for a lot of really strong, again, guys, take a look at arboreals here. You're talking about the highest bow skill on a unit outside of the Fiends themselves. So a nice 10 units of saplings will be quite nice. And looking at further into our crossbowmen, I've just kind of been upgrading them as I go along. But we were able to get a lot of Vlandian squires. Since Vlandia was not at war, I was able to pick up a lot of them. So I'm very excited about that. So we'll have them at our disposal. I'm going to quickly just kind of realign our formations here. We did load the game back up, so that's going to physically cause some issues here. Mertian, look at you, you salty dog. These guys will all be good in 2. These guys will all be good in 3. You know, I actually might start to use some of the other formations. And for a lot of you guys who've been watching my streams and my updates, I've been talking to an internal beta tester who has been telling me a lot more about the combat system and how it actually works. And he was saying basically kind of think of these as AI profiles, less so than actual just numbers on a keyboard. So if I put my Vlandian squires here in light cav, number 7, they'll respond a little bit differently than they would otherwise, and I want the squires to follow me from now on when I jump into combat. They're not as, what do I want to say, heavily armored and efficient on their own, so I'll just kind of keep them with me, whereas these other guys will be able to do more stuff on their own. And we have our reserves here. So we'll continue to put their own unit. And the hope here is to get these guys into Oathsworn and the Woodrunner into Wildlings, which again I think are some of the best units in the Battanian line. So that'll be pretty good here. Our Vlandian infantry are waiting to get to 15 entirely, doing the batch upgrades like I always do. Oh, we're over our troop limit? By what means? Oh, because we added Hasid of the Waste. So we'll fix this. I'll find a way to do that real quick. But we'll press done. Come back here. Go to clan. Scoutmaster. That'll help us out a little bit. I don't think anyone has higher steward. Yeah, no one's got any higher steward than I do. We might actually just drop this guy. There we go. We'll get 2 Oathsworn, not 3. Oh well. Not a big deal. These guys are not going to be that hard to pick up, even if I want to get more of them. And as our troop size increases, we will do that. In our clan size, we're not quite tier 3 just yet. And I want to start a quest line that disappears if you jump into a vassal too quickly. So we'll start that here today, hopefully. Let's jump into the town, see if there's any goods here. Nothing overly crazy, it looks like. Stuff to sell. All this. All that. I still want this though. We got to get 16k. We can get this sweet Western mail shirt. It just fits him. Look at it. Look how beautiful it's going to look. As soon as Calard has that, he's going to win all the fashion shows. So let's kind of talk about my goals for this episode. We have a lot of bandit hideouts in this area. I noticed when I was running over here. So kind of brutal. Kind of running around over here and checking this stuff out. But I did load up some mods. Let's attack these looters, and we'll kind of we'll have a discussion over a nice looter death pile. So I did install 2 mods. Well, the first one's not necessarily a mod. It's just called Reshade. So hopefully the game will appear very sharp and very nice to you guys, and it won't cause any issues with my frames per second. If we have any issues with frames per second, I can't apologize enough. I'm so sorry. I'm kind of doing what I can with what I've got, with how the patches are kind of working their way out. But so you'll follow me, and I'm gonna make you guys advance. 2 on the hill there. Since these guys are all pretty good and high level, they'll be fine there. Oh, those are my reserves. Oh, Calard, you're too close to the enemy. So what I found out is that if I have these guys follow me, they'll pull out a weapon that corresponds to what I'm doing. 7, charge. Get some experience now, squires. As I just run into rocks here. Good. Trying to get these squires to get some good levels up here. And I mean, I'm looking at my frames in second on both my recording devices and the in-game, so hopefully we haven't noticed a big drop. But the secondary thing you'll probably notice is that I have this fancy new one that I can do this with. So I'll be able to get some really cool shots for you guys as we kind of go through this narrative campaign and have some fun. I can press this button and press this, and the game will just kind of keep going. So even in the middle of me not being dead, I can do this. So I'm really excited to kind of play around with that in the coming narrative campaigns, and hopefully you guys enjoy that as well. But let's go ahead and exit this. Remember when I said the Vulture is going to take some damage? Well, first wound of the day! Okay, looters grabbing them up. We just got 3 levels in those infantrymen, which is nice. And the squires got 2 levels as well. So we'll go ahead and head over here. And so, I mean, take a look at this. We just destroyed this bandit camp, and another one popped up over here. There are so many bandits. This might be something that we do in a future episode, is come back to this bandit camp, or these bandit camps, and try and clear them out a little bit. Because that's a lot to deal with. And if I do that, it'll actually help out the respective power level of all these guys. So what I would like to do is... Sturgia and Kazate have made peace. That's actually pretty good. Because then they'll have all the aggression towards us, and I like that. So what my plan here is, of course, we have a budding relationship we must tend to with my lady. And what we're going to do is push over in this direction. I think there's already an army out there. There's 3 already kind of doing some damage. Looking at these armies real quick. My lady Liena, I see you're already engaged in combat. So, and where we last left that, Liena and I are already progressed to the point where I just need to talk to her father to get the marriage going. That will cost some money, so we'll need to do some tournaments on the way over to the Sturgian territories to hopefully, again, complete my marriage with Liena. Let's see if Revolt has any tournaments for us to do, and it looks like we do. A kettle hat over padded cloth, and we're going to need to do some of these here today because we do want to get, again, more money so we can get this proposal going and get Liena going. I probably won't put her in my party. I'll probably keep her as a secondary party doing her own thing for a little bit because she has such great combat stats. So we take a look at Liena one more time. She's rightfully so. A knight of Bretonnia would choose the fairest lass in the land, who is so generous. She's so honest. She's daring and, dare I say, merciful. So we'll keep her probably doing her own thing. She's got very high steward. Her army level will be brought down a little bit because of my clan level. So we'll let her just kind of keep doing her own thing and getting us income from it. So that'll be actually kind of advantageous. But let us join this tournament. And again, the big focus here will be more on getting the money out of this than anything. Oh, Paul! Take that, you coal biter. Okay, I'll miss you, but I'll come back. Don't worry about it. Aha, Mertian! Once a smith, always a smith. Oh! You use that disgraceful crossbow at me. You'll take the lance. Vlandian gallant taking that one. Oh. Aha! A nice, strong couch lance really wakes you up in the morning. Oh! He shot it out from under me, and I almost got motion sickness from that. So it's, at least we'll already progress to the next round, which is nice. Use this horse. Aha! Take that, Vlandian Vanguard. Didn't expect the old horse fadeaway technique. I learned that in night school. Aldrich, I knew it would come down to you and me. Your leather with plates on it, and my leather with made of scales. Or my scales made of leather. It doesn't matter. Let's move on. Right, keeping that betting going. Aha! I've very dishonorably stabbed your horse. But I promise you it was not what I meant to do, champion of boars. Oh, I ran right into that, didn't I? As a lot of people have said, fighting these battles on foot is actually easier than on a horse. But I am a knight. Knight must be upon horse. So that I can get the advantage of this sweet hit. Oh! Take that, Atlas. Some of you guys had mentioned you want me to bring the camera angle back a little bit so you can see more of Calard. I have since done that, so you can now see the saddle. Alright, alright. Okay. Get on that horse so you can stop running around trying to stab me. Okay, now this is going to be a little dicey. You don't like slow circles, huh, board champion? Okay. Aha! Champion of boars, you are not. That thing has been my arch nemesis. I like how this is predominantly a, what's this called? Jousting one. Usually you don't get a nice, good jousting one in Vlandia. Enough, at least. Aha! Champion boar man! I'll board you with this Vlandian heavy, maybe even light lance. The Vlandian Gallant and I. Oh, no, 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 no. Of all things. Oh! 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 Aha! Gallant! Those things always get my heart racing so much. So, we have won this tournament. We have gotten a nice kettle hat over padded cloth, which reminds me we do need to outfit our new gentleman. He is an archer, and I didn't, again, attempt to do that. So we'll take a look here what we can do. I guess the padded hat is a nice little addition. I kind of like to try as just like a personal challenge to myself. Try to outfit these guys in a way that befits their culture. I find that kind of just a really fun little challenge. And of course, it does make you kind of have to go around the map a lot. So we won't be going down to the Azerian locations. Ooh, look at that. That's kind of nifty. Not cheap. Okay, Hasid, you know, I didn't bring you into this party to bankrupt the party, so why don't you calm down a little bit. Everyone's got leather scale armor. Sleeveless padded coat, padded short coat. We'll do this. I'll give you some padded leather shoulders. Because this way, you know, you just look like a feather down mattress, which I think is hilarious. But let me see about some leather gloves. There we go. You are basically covered in bovine right now, Hasid, but as a dutiful archer, this is very befitting of you. Let's give him a somewhat of a decent bow. You know, actually, let's give him a longbow. I don't think I've done much play with longbows, so it'll be pretty fun to kind of squeeze that in there. Western arrows are pretty not cheap right now. We're saving up for a marriage, okay? Why don't you calm down, Hasid? He is a two-handed gentleman. There's a pole arm. It'll work, actually. Sell all this. This. They're a good option here for a two-handed sword. Two-handed weapon. I'll just take a two-handed weapon. That isn't going to break my bank. This'll do. You have a... Okay, sometimes when you get a recruit, I'm sorry, a new person, they won't have a weapon. Yeah, we managed to get an extra worn scale leather armor. So, here, we'll give this to this guy. That way, perfect. Perfect. So it'll cost some money here, unfortunately, and that actually kind of puts us below what we would need to go propose with. We will have to, fortunately, hold off a little bit on that. Go to the dungeon, donate these prisoners. Smelling up the joint. And we'll progress down this. So I do want to go to Oxhall too as well, and I'm not fast forwarding here because I'm just doing some exposition to explain some stuff. Just doing a couple more of these tournaments en route up north. Right now, we don't have a ton of influence. I would like to get more influence. Maybe not even fighting in the biggest battles, but doing some battles to try and get a better sense of influence gain, some good prisoners, and jumping into those bigger battles can be really fun, but it also can be pretty, a nasal chevalier over male coif. We'll do this as well, but jumping into those big battles can be a little rough just because you have a high likelihood of losing some of your men, and by doing that, it kind of puts you behind the curve when you're trying to fight these little one-off battles between you and another lord. So let's do this tournament real quick, and then we'll jump forward to running and meeting up with one of these armies. I'll be one of the worst looking helmets in the game. That's not true. The Western helmet is pretty terrible looking. Alright. Come on, you and me. You and me. Okay, I'm behind. It's alright. It's not a big deal. This is supposed to happen. You're new to the place. It's okay. Of course, I have the... Narek the Grizzled. Okay, don't get in the way. Let me stab him. Oh! Don't. Aha! I fight very honorably. And an extra swipe. Look at the lifeless eyes of Calard. I should probably change that. The jousting of horse. Nice 96 hit there. Round again. Oof. Aha! You were my friend before, but now you're my foe. Victory, nay, premature. Aha! I'd rather take Narek the Grizzled than the other two very heavily armored knights. Aha! Didn't expect that, did ya? How about this? On the rocks I go. Perfect. Perfect. That's right, look back at it, Calard. A nice hefty bet again. Eric, haven't you gotten enough from me? I'm gonna go for the overhead chop. Okay, maybe not. The crowd cheereth. Calard be known across these lands as a champion amongst men. No. Alright, Palpatine. Palatine. You left your belly open for my swipe! Whew. Oh! Oh, no. Oh! Foiled by the Palatine Guard! Alright, we'll take that loss. It's always got to give me that one at the very end. The most nerve-wracking one. Just jacks up my heart level. So, let's go ahead and fast forward. We've lost quite a bit of money in that last one, and I feel like a fool. So we'll fast forward over to the regions up north. Or maybe we'll get involved with a little fight right here. Let's take a look. We got a lot of Sturgian recruits here, so this should work to our advantage. So let's see how Calard fight. Ooh, an army over there for Uldur. So it looks like they're trying to join that army and get big and heavy. And we actually just took Omar and a castle over here. It was Canarog Castle. If I press enter, it'll tell me. Pull up a little bit. Yeah, Ustakel, which I think is the one over here by Revel. Okay, so let us go and have a fight here with Olek. What? I'm Calard. Who are you? Not going well for me. I'm gonna have to ask you real quick before we jump to the what you would assume is a battle. Can you tell me anything about the Battle of Pendrake? Heads cut off, swords. Thank you. Thank you so much for everything you've mumbled at me. But I'm afraid that you know we are at war. You must surrender or die. God, I don't... Yield or fight. A grunting must have meant something. A little bit of a bug there, but that's okay. Alright, so how shall Calard do this? We'll put these guys in a bit of a shield wall. They're not going to have any archers, but we'll do it nonetheless. We'll go with a loose formation on our archers. Skein formation on these very quick gentlemen. And these 7 will follow me. Or, you are my reserves, you will stand right there. Oh, this gentleman's coming in hot. He's losing some men. Aha! Calard's playing a defensive game here today, as last time he was punished for jumping ahead too soon, too eagerly. Just gonna let my crossmen do their jobs. You know, they're here for a reason. Oh, the spearmen are getting chopped up here. A fight. Good. You're not as fast as me. Haha. Did take some wounds there, but that's okay. So I like how the AI has used that little choke point there to their advantage. Let us move our men forward.
Move! Infantry! Move!
We will pull up the right flank. Come with me, squires. You'll earn your keep. You know, I should be putting Mertian in this group. Mertian is definitely the squire.
Everyone!
Go ahead and have these guys get up there too.
Move!
So I'm going to do...
Infantry!
Ha! Perfect. They're forging the river.
Footmen!
So 1, 2, and 3 will all advance. And the reason behind that is I want them to use their best weapon, which advance will do. If I choose charge, they will just choose the weapon that is the top of the list for them. Bulgier running in, just cocksure of himself, as always. Oh! Just missed. Oh, ha! In the water I go. Missing you guys. It's okay. It's okay. Ooh! This is Lord. Oh.
Cavalry!
Cavalry, charge. Oh! Ah! Press the wrong button. Definitely took some losses here. My woodrunners, no! Gotta say, Calard has not done the best on this little adventure here. So, we lost actually a lot of Vlandian infantry, unfortunately, which is too bad, because that is the future backbone of my army. You are definitely my prisoner now, Olek. It's because of you I have so many losses. We will take these guys and put them all into swordsmen. These spearmen will be Volgers, or the precursor to them. Saplings are almost all there, which is good. In the future, what I'll probably... Oh, good! Tons of gallants here. What I'll probably do is use... These guys will go to skirmish. Right? Yeah, skirmishers. Wildlings. What I'll probably do next time is use my extremely heavy archer line to my advantage. I'm going to need to replace already some infantry unit, which is unfortunate. Volger made it through it, though. Hats off to the Volger. You know what? Where's Mertian? Mertian actually, since we don't really know... Mertian's... Of course, why wouldn't he be wounded? That is a natural happenstance for Mertian. But we now have a very heavy portion of cav. We have got all these Vlandian gallants. We've got all these knights. The gallant number will jump up once I press done. And this little battalion horsemen, which are actually pretty decent cavalry guys. I actually like them a little bit. Or a lot, actually. Okay, so we're going to pay 900. We're going to get a grip of armor. Look at that. Northern Lamellar armor, which is better than Southern Lamellar armor because it is way lighter. And even though, I think actually we might keep it as is, might sell it. But I definitely want a better piece of armor on my horse. My horse is getting beat up pretty hard. And so is Calard. And we're probably going to do some sieges, so even though it is not Vlandian in nature, I'll allow it. We'll allow it for this time, for the time being. You know, Mertian, you might need a little bit of love too, to be totally honest with you. Okay, so we've gotten a pretty good haul here. This is a lot of good money. Weapons, this is going to sell for a lot. And I could even break it down for Damascene steel, which I'll consider, but I think I might actually just sell it. One of my favorite things about this armor, this cracked leather and iron plate armor, is just a really awesome stitching. And when I put on a reshade, you can see a lot of the details in this stuff a lot better. Like, reshade it's got a little sharpen filter on it, so you can see like the nuances of helmets a lot better. If you've not used reshade, I can't encourage it enough. It is glorious. So we've done that. Let's actually take these prisoners, bring them to this castle, because we also have an army hot on our heels. Ooh, that army just defected and went the way of the Asrai. So that was a nice little advantage for us. So we'll jump over to this town here and see if we can get some recruits. The recruits will be nice if we do any kind of sieges or anything. And hey, you know, these are actually pretty good. These are footmen, and I'll take that any day. Just get some better units to hopefully push back up to infantrymen. I'm very big on just having some insulation when you try to do these larger engagements. It makes so your troops don't just get completely beaten down. And what? More squires? I can never say no to those. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you know what? Let me look at my... Let me do this, actually. If I leave this... We've got 30 infantry right now. Well, I'm sorry, those were prisoners. We have got 16 infantry. 37 cav. 18. You know what? I think it might be... While I do want the recruits, I think it's pertinent to get the... while I do want the squires, I think it's a better idea to get the recruits. We need to really get our clan tier up here. These pickled warriors need to hurry up too. So we got 6 more just kind of chaff infantry units, and I'm pretty excited about that, at least, because then it'll take some of the heat off of the rest of my infantry when it comes to these bigger sieges, if we decide to do any bigger ones again. We make it there in time before they completely crush all of Sturgia. We'll go to this castle, approach the gates, donate some prisoners. Anyone worth keeping? These guys don't have the best arm. Look at the shield. It's every time. I can't stop looking at it. It just is the best. We'll take the recruits for sure. Over here. The one thing I think Sturgian Spearmen would be a lot better if they just didn't have this chest piece. Like, I've talked about the difference between the Wreckers and these guys, but then I'll also talk about the Scolders. At the same rank, rank 3, I'm sorry, they're a lower rank than the Spearmen. They outclass the Spearmen. So it's like, well, we get a better armor piece on these Spearmen and they'll be good to go. But for now, we're going to take all these guys, put them in here. That'll give us some good influence. Mercenary contract's gone up just a little bit in price. Unfortunately, we're in a war that we're winning. And when you're winning that war, you will unfortunately not get the most for your mercenary contract. Let's move over here to the northern regions and see what we can do. Looks like a company of the board looks to do some damage over here. Let's get them. All right. So a fight with old Motherboard here, which sounds like a flavor of some sort. Okay. If we get lucky, we might be able to get some of his loot. Let's do this little attack here. He should just have boars. I apologize for the oversaturated light coming out of this.
Infantry, forward! Yeah!
Push forward a little bit before we set our men up. From a standard tactical point of view, we have the sun at our back. We would be at an advantage.
Stand! Infantry, forward! Forward! Footmen! Infantry, footmen! Move!
But when they're outnumbered, they'll typically do this really cool circle formation to try and get the best advantage out of it. Oh, no, follow me, please. So, my men that follow me, as they approach me, they should switch over to a melee weapon, more often than not. Follow me is supposed to be, essentially, mirror me. Let's see. They should start to switch over.
After me!
Interesting. There we go. See? It takes them a second sometimes, especially if they're, like, en route to you. Okay, so we will do...
Footmen! Footmen! Make a shield wall! Yeah!
I'm just going to let them come to me this time. I'm not going to try and jump ahead. I'm in a nice flanking position. And again, guys, I apologize if frames per second drop. I've done so much to try and fix that, so hopefully done what we can this time.
Go! Infantry!
Let's charge on in. We will advance. Advance will use their best weapon skill. Oh, just missed him. Aldrich has been killed by my men. As to be expected. Oh no, he has killed my men. Not to be expected. Aha, Aldrich, I miss you yet again. But not that time. 3 men dead here. A swordsman, a recruit, and a gallant. Ugh. Poppycock.
Footmen! Attack!
Kind of mop that up a little bit. We're still trying to get to 60 riding. This is a pretty good way to do it, just to get some scant skill here and there. Never seen a Vlandian dressed in Sturgian armor? Aha! Now the real winner here would be if this guy were to drop his armor. 3 deaths. To be expected, I suppose. Fortunately, a swordsman. You are yet my prisoner again, Motherboard. Ooh, a hefty load there, too. I don't think... Yeah, we can't really do this. In fact, if anything, I would do this. We need to put back 2. I'll show you why I'm going to do that. Saplings, man, we're almost there. Almost there for those arboreals. That's going to be a very nice jump in our ranged power. Recruits, nothing fancy from you, I would see. 4 veterans. We actually have a lot of boars too. We have 3 boar champions. And again, the boars actually make up the best. The boar champion is the best crossbow unit in the game. They don't have the substantial armor of, say, the Imperials, or even the Vlandian sharpshooter has banded mail, which is tier 5. Which I think is Western Halberg. Yeah, that is. So you'd still get less armor, but they still have a significant increase in that crossbow skill, because your best sharpshooter has got 130 crossbow skill. So you get a 50 crossbow jump. Pretty nice. We'll do that. Oh, Imperial studded leather. Ah, man, I for sure thought that was going to be it. I thought we just got ourselves some prime Vlandian armor. That was for quite a bit, too. It looks great, but there's nothing more demoralizing, I say, than wearing the armor of your current foe. And maybe this would be good to give to Aldrich. Not to you, Mertian. You have yet to earn your keep. 5 more. I really think that right now we'd benefit more from the money than wearing this armor. This armor better. This is probably one of my favorite looking armors, though. Like, that's really cool. It really takes on a lot of the personality of your color scheme, so I've always really liked it. But Attalus is Britannian. Actually, weighs more. No, thank you. Okay, I think we're all good. Look at the should be good. All right. We're right next to a town, too, so we can turn these prisoners in. Right here at Jan Varcheg. And Varcheg will be a destination that we'll be coming to quite a bit. So we do want to get Jinda the Spice Vendor, especially in the future here. We'll go to donate troops to the garrison, because I want to get rid of these Sturgian militia archers. That was the point of taking them, just to give us a little bit of boost there. Surprisingly, only 1 influence from that. And we'll go ahead and drop these. This. I'm conflicted on whether or not to take the Boar Novices. I know I said they're the best, but I honestly think that we'll hold on to them for a second here. Let me take a look at the party again. Because again, I don't want to get too heavily into the range department. I do want to have a good amount of very strong infantry. And like I've said before, the Vlandian Sergeant is an amazing infantry unit. You just kind of have to get them there. It takes a bit of time. So, I think we're all good, to be totally honest. I mean, sure, I'd love to have more boar champions, but Vlandian sharpshooters are very well armored. Same thing with Vlandian hardened crossbowmen. These, I'm about to have 7 of them transition into sharpshooters. So, we'll stick with that. And we're going to get 10 saplings into arboreals, so we'll go with the recent pay. That'll give us a little bit more on a mercenary contract. Unfortunately, like I said, our mercenary contract's not going to be too high because of the relative strength of Sturgia. So let's take a look here at the kingdom. The armies traveling to Balgar to besiege, Takor Castle to besiege, and waiting in Ov Castle. So where is Takor Castle? Okay, I pressed the button and it just doesn't want to go there for me. And Balgard. Okay, so let's fast forward to those locations. I couldn't possibly pass up on 33 looters, which is just an abundance of free experience. We will attack this really quick. Doing all the night battles today, which is unfortunate.
Infantry!
This might seem excessive to, you know, really... No, do not charge. Stay there.
Make a shield wall! Move!
Fortunately, the shield wall is going to be a little beat up right now.
Infantry! Infantry!
So one thing to note with these looters, if you have a ranged weapon and you approach them with a ranged weapon, all of them will pull out rocks and shoot at you. If you approach them with a melee weapon, just the ones in the back that are further away will pull out the rocks. So it's a very nice little balance there. Wait for our
Forward!
units to get closer. We don't want to kind of throw these guys to the wolves.
Footmen! Close!
Alright, now we'll go in. A quick and easy one.
Infantry! Charge! So kill them all!
I got a level off of that, which is nice. Aha, looters. Bet you didn't expect this noble knight of me to ride you down. My cavalry. There it is. Look how glorious they are. Each one of you a more respectful Grail Knight than the last. I think that Vlandia and the Khazates are probably my favorite, because there's just watching heavy cavalry in this game charge is very, very satisfying. Nice haul of loot there too. We are running really low on money. We're gonna need to sell a lot of this, which we should have done at Barcheg just a second ago. But because Calard is not the smartest man, and by extension myself not the smartest man, we shall reap what we sow. Saplings are just about there. I think we can actually just do it. Right now their wages at 5. What does it go up to? 13. We will wait. All these crossbowmen are ready to go too. We actually... Well, we'll do that one for sure. Should be in good hands here. Okay, so let's fast forward it again. An interesting game of cat and mouse here. Oof. It looks like the majority of the Sturgian forces are all kind of caught between Osbier's large army here, which I think Lady Lyanna is, of course, is a part of that army. And Durthert's army is back here. So, we can see what we can do. Oof. It's always kind of an interesting situation. Looks like he's going over to... Akor Castle's going to be under siege here soon. They're going to skirt by. Okay, so let's... This might actually cause a large battle over here. Wait, oh, that's just this one guy? We won't get involved in that. But I can do this, and it should bring everyone into this fight. Or they will run away from me. Oh! Calard is stuck in a deadly game of cat and mouse. Who will win? Or we could attack Jorig's here. Ooh, he's got a pretty nice little force of warriors and recruits. Not a lot of ranged, which is nice. But those big shields now are going to be pretty scary. Lyanna! I couldn't help but notice you were chasing after me, my lady. I think a good pressing fight will be a great way to test Calard of Garamont's skill against Jorig of Sturgia on the plains outside of Balgard. This will be a great fitting little ordeal for the young Calard. As we jump ahead a little bit here, I tried to catch the guy and he squirmed away, but it looks like Calard's going to be in an interesting fight to start our next episode in a 120 versus 80 match. This might not go well for Calard of Garamont. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this narrative campaign of Calard of Garamont, our Vlandian Bretonnian campaign. I will continue to do more of these throughout the week. You're going to see quite a few as I try to pump a lot more out and get this campaign kind of more forward along. But this one should be a pretty interesting one next time as we jump into a huge battle outside of Balgard and what the consequences might be for our Knight of Bretonnia. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that fun action. Go ahead and leave me a comment below what's working for you. And I apologize if there are any frames per second dropping. I'm trying to do the best I can to make sure that it maintains quality, but at the same time doesn't hinder the actual viewing experience. So I apologize if that does happen. And hopefully I've finally kind of narrowed it down to the biggest issues. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one and take care.